tried using KVM with the GPU pass-through. Now that didn't work because I was using Fedora 42 inside the VM. I don't know why it just couldn't detect the GPU. So I removed the VFIO in the mod probe and the dracut, and it still would not release the GPU. So as I said, I did something and temporarily released it, so I was able to reboot and work. And then today, when doing the live stream, as you guys saw, I wasn't able to use the GPU. However, I resolved it. The issue was, I guess, it hid some things in the list mod. So I just removed those things because I'm not going to be using Vert Manager probably until when I do my taxes. So that's going to be like several months from now. So yeah, so I just removed that, and yeah, so everything is up. Everything's up and running. So that's the first thing we're going to do today. Is I'm going to show you the fix for that, as I promised, and then I'll show you Vulkan working. So this is a continuation from the earlier video. I don't know why this thumbnail is not showing up here. I'm guessing maybe it didn't show up properly. It does work in other browsers. I don't know, it's not showing up here. It always does. For some reason it does showing up there, but that should show up in other browsers. It's not showing up in LibreWolf for some reason. So as you guys know, part of the what should I do here? Oh yeah, also be sure to subscribe if you haven't. It helps out the channel. I'd like to thank everybody subscribed so far this month. The channels have all grown well, and I'm pretty happy with that. And I said I do listen and I do listen and I do take requests. So right now I'm live streaming on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. So you can join the live chats there, and I'll give you guys a shout out during this live stream. All right. Thanks for subscribing. Okay, as I was saying, is that this is my operating system. Right now I'm using Fedora 43. That's one of the problems. Obviously I have an AMD Instinct MI60 GPU. That's one of the biggest problems. So in Fedora 42 it came with ROCm 6.3, and that supported the GPU. As you guys saw, I was able to generate video, images, even run chat, AI chat, no problem, nice and fast. Then when I upgraded to 43, even though it installed ROCm, the problem is Fedora 43 comes with ROCm 6.4, and that no longer supports the MI60, which is part of the MI50 family. That's the support was removed. However, because ROCm was installed, it confused me because I was thinking, hey, it should be working. It wasn't working. So it took me a while to realize, oh yeah, it's no longer supported. So I tried different things. I installed Vulkan. Vulkan is actually really good especially for image generation. It's even better than ROCm. However, for video generation, it uses a lot more resources, basically VRAM, and the only thing I was able to produce using Vulkan is very small resolution videos, and they took a while. So for some odd reason, when I use Vulkan, it loads the image, it loads the models very quickly, but then it's a little bit slow for that. So I guess they still have some work to do to tune it. The problem is also because it's very generic. It's supposed to be it's supposed to whether you have Intel, AMD, or NVIDIA. So meaning that they can't fine tune it for your specific, not platform, but the GPU. So that's one of the problems. But it does work for images, and that's I think I'm okay with images. Unfortunately, it's a little bit slow for AI chat as well. I couldn't really see a difference between Vulkan and just using the CPU. In fact, I think I got better performance using OpenBlast with just the CPU instead of Vulkan. Vulkan doesn't have, for now, it doesn't have something similar to Blast, because even, for example, the AMD ROCm, it comes with something called HitBlast. So I think if Vulkan gets that, that would really, that's one of the, maybe even just OpenBlast, that would be a nice addition. So to generate images, the minimum you need is 8 gigs of RAM. Recommend a little bit more because obviously you're going to be running, for example, like right now I'm running OBS, I have some windows open, browser windows open. So, you want a little bit of wiggle room. So 16 gigs or more. So if you want video, you need even more. I have 32, and that's usually not enough, especially with Vulkan. You need way more than that. Disk space, you need 10 gig. This is not, for compiling and whatever, that's enough. But for models take up more space. Obviously, CMake, Vulkan SDK. I guess that's where the 10 gigs come from. Clang or GCC. I personally, I've been using GCC, and it has way fewer errors or even warnings. But I'm using Clang because the ROCm stuff, the GPU stuff, usually it's using Clang, so I use that, and obviously the Vulkan library. And the model, as I said, we tested this earlier today, and it was slow because we're using just pure CPU. It wasn't even using the OpenBlast for some odd reason, but you will see the difference that once we get this up and running. All right, so basically I'm not going to do the same things we did before. I'm going to check the repository because I said LeadJet does multiple, for example, in a day there could be like 3 or 4 updates. So if there's an update, I'll obviously update it and I'll compile again. If there's not, I'll just leave the same one because I already did it in earlier tutorial. So all the instructions are here, as you can see, and how to run it. You just scroll down inside that little code part there, and then I explain what ROCm is. If you don't know what that is, it stands for Radeon Open Compute. It's a software stack that provides a set of tools and libraries for high performance computing on AMD GPUs. So it typically provides better integration with deep learning frameworks and libraries. Vulkan, that's what we're going to do today, is a low-level cross-platform graphics API that provides efficient access to modern GPUs. It's highly flexible and allows direct control of the GPU resources, making it ideal for tasks like real-time graphics rendering and AI model inference. And so that's, I said, I noticed that that's actually true, but I said the problem is it's not fine-tuned to the GPU. There's some things which could improve. Hopefully they do in the future. That means I can keep my GPU for a little bit longer. And then there's OpenCL. This is called Open Computing Language. It's an older open standard for parallel computing. It works on both CPUs and GPUs and used for a wide range of tasks, including image processing and machine languaging. Unlike Vulkan, OpenCL is more generalized, but to be less efficient for certain tasks. So I don't even bother with OpenCL. It looks like it's kind of abandoned by the AMD, Intel, and NVIDIA. So because this stable-diffusion.cpp, it's inspired by ComfyUI, so they still use the same folder structure. So if you're coming from ComfyUI, you can simply use it. So that's fine for me because you guys, as you know, I used ComfyUI in the past. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with ComfyUI, but I'm saying is I want to squeeze as much performance out of the system as possible. So if I'm going to run it in the command line. So here's my system. I say it's AMD Ryzen 5 5600 GT. It comes with 6 cores and 12 threads. And the G here is very important because that's integrated graphics. Now I need the integrated graphics because that's how I plug in obviously this displays. Because the AMD Instinct MI60, it was a server GPU, so it doesn't come with any displays. You can't plug in displays to it. It's just 32 gigs of HBM2. So clearly, it was meant for crypto mining, but for my use case, it works extremely well. I'm glad I got it. I have 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM. Now, I don't actually get to use all of this because of this integrated graphic. It reserves 4 gigs of that. And then there's also something called ZRAM, which I think it takes another 4 gigs and then it compresses things into up to about 8 gigs. So really the usable one to start is 24, but that's also not true because I said I'm running like OBS and there's other tasks I'm running at the same time. So really somewhere around 21, 22 gigs is what I can use for the AI stuff. So that's why I was saying that the more RAM, the better. And obviously, as I said, I recently upgraded to Fedora 43, so I'm using the GNOME desktop. It's Wayland as well, 49. these are the photos that I was able to generate. All this was generated with Vulkan, and even though I wasn't able to do that earlier today, you guys will see the difference. So you see this is Vulkan, the mayor of Toronto, the Dome desktop, an astronaut riding a horse. This one is a picture, so don't think that it was wrong. That's what it is. And this, I was pretty happy with this chicken run. That is probably the best picture of a chicken run so far produced by an AI. This one kind of messed up. I've noticed when I request this picture of a man wearing a watch or wristwatch, that one is always messed up. I don't know why. Can't get that right. And then obviously this is a web sprocket, so web and sometimes a spider, but that's perfectly fine. So as I promised, this is the live stream from earlier today, and this is the live stream that we're doing right now. So if I click this, you can see that one is live right now as I speak to you guys. All right, so you can see the results. So I'm gonna go just about there. That's what we're gonna. So for today's tutorial, before we actually get into it, I want to go and take a look at all the live chats. YouTube. I need to refresh Rumble here. Okay, Rumble is up and running. Perfect. I'm multi-streaming as I said before. Okay, so BitChute just picked up by itself. Fantastic. I don't have to refresh. And I know I need to refresh Odyssey. So hit play here. Okay, perfect. Odyssey is working as well, and obviously YouTube. Okay, somebody. Okay. I thought somebody gave me something. That was actually from Odyssey. I received 0.2, I guess, of the whatever coin they use there, LBC. Thanks for that. All right. So first thing we're going to fix is the problem with the GPU pass-through. So one of the things I tried was, because I knew that ROCm, my GPU was supported in Fedora 42, so I tried a few different things. I tried Podman, then I tried a VM, a Vert Manager, and neither worked. Worse is that when I did the GPU pass-through, it will not release the GPU after I removed the virtual machine. I did everything from the modprobe and all that. I'll show you. I do have screenshots, a bunch of screenshots just to show you guys here. So here you go. I think can I zoom in? Okay, that's fine. You guys should see this. So you see, obviously this has been fixed. No, it hasn't been fixed yet. You can see here it says kernel driver in use. You see it says VFIO-PC. So that means that's the GPU pass-through. That's for the dedicated one. That's the AMD Instinct. What is it here? Should actually give us a hint. Yeah, that's one. It says MI50, but it's MI60, the same family, 32 gigs. And you see this is the integrated one. You see the kernel driver in use, AMD GPU, and kernel models, AMD GPU. So the integrated one is fine. Obviously, that's not the one I passed to the virtual machine. So if we go next, so here I am. I'm checking the grub, and you can see there's nothing there in grub. So it's like this is to prove that I did remove it. And here we are again. I did this one. I checked the /etc/modprobe.d, the dracut, because that's where I put those files. I said I did remove them, and even the load and the user/lib as well. And you see there's nothing came out of them. So what I did then is I said maybe it's just a module. So I typed listmod space space the pipe symbol space grep space VFIO, and guess what? It all showed up here. So I'll tell you what's happening. What's happening is that all of these are loading before the system is up. So meaning that when the kernel first loads, before the GPU, the kernel, this AMD GPU can take over, this guy's basically load up first. So what's happening is, I said, remember I told you it's probably something with cache. So what I had to do, I just had to remove them, and I said it's not a problem because I'm not gonna use the virtual machine until when I do my taxes. That will probably be in April, late March, April. So I'm okay with this. And I said by then it should have cleared the cache, because obviously there will probably be some updates in the kernel, stuff like that as well. So it should have been removed and it'll be perfectly fine. So if you have the same problem, all you have to do is just remove them, and I'll show you how to do that if we go to the next slide here. So you just do sudo space dracut space -f, or if you want to type it out, -force, and then space -omit -drivers, and then all of them here. See the PC, whatever underscore PCI underscore PI.core, KVM. We remove all of them, and that's it. That's all I did. Obviously, I left the KM there as a comma, but I removed anything with VFIO. So after doing that, we can run these same commands again to see if it's still showing up here, and I'll prove it to you. So I'm going to put this on this side. I have a terminal here. So this is what command did I run here. So I'm going to run this command. I just typed lspsi space -nnk space the type symbol, then grep, and then okay, so there's -e. Oh, it's -a3 space -e space in what do you call it? Double quotes VGA pipe 3D. This allows us to come on, VGA. Come on. Guess I have to press the keyboard as well. VGA pipe 3D pipe display. Press enter, and you see now the problem has been fixed. You see, let's go down there a little so you can see the problem has been fixed. You see now the kernel driver in use is AMD GPU, and the kernel modules is AMD GPU. So the great thing about this, now I find the system has access to the GPU again. Now I'm hoping it doesn't install the ROCm. You know, one of the weird things about Fedora 43 is when I was trying to install Blender, it detected I had an AMD GPU, obviously a dedicated one, and then it was trying to install ROCm as well. So I guess one of the good things about hiding the GPU, then I was able to install Blender without all this, all the ROCm stuff. I don't need the ROCm stuff; it's not going to work anyway. Yes, I already tried the little trick where you say you put a previous, for example, a supported one like mine. You put export. That doesn't work because I said the code was actually removed, and the reason that worked in the past was because, for example, like the MI25. The same code was very similar to, for example, the MI50, right? So if you put that, the code was very similar, so that would work. But I'm saying is what happened is, even though the core, the GPUs are kind of similar, because this one uses something called, I think, GCN 5.1. Then decided using the RDNAs, right? So the problem with those, is it RDNA or CDNA? So those ones are not, although they're similar, they're not. They're completely different. So I'm saying if you remove the code for this MI50s and below, yeah, it's not going to work with the MI100, right? So they're very MI200, 300, etc. They're not going to work. So it's also unfortunate because this card was released in 2018, so it's not even 8 years old, and I mean, they announced it, let's be honest. It wasn't released then. It was announced, obviously, probably came out late 2018, maybe in 2019, when you could actually purchase it. So the problem is, it's what, just 7 years old, whatever. And then AMD, although it's, I said, server level, they're getting rid of it. And these cards are pretty popular, not just because of the price, because they're available, right? So it's kind of, so just be aware, if you buy AMD stuff, they're at least one thing NVIDIA does. They do support their cards, for a pretty long time. Like I said, my GTX 950, I haven't thrown it out yet. That came, I bought it in 2016. I think it's a 2015 card or something like that. And it was supported until this year. So basically, if you look at the math, that is 10 years. Right, and the support might continue because they also have legacy drivers, right? So I'm saying is that NVIDIA supports their stuff for, if that's like that was a budget card and they supported that long. So this is a server level card. It was very expensive when it came out. So yeah, anyways, so that was the fix. So I can close this. That was the fix, as you can see. So I do have access to the card. Now let's go. So the next thing we're going to do here, yeah, I'm not going to close it. The next thing we're going to do is, well, we're going to check to see if there's any new we're going to check to see if there's any new what do you call it, if the code is new. So no, there's not. You see here it says the master, it was 11 hours ago, so the code is still good. If you guys remember, I did compile this in the earlier tutorial. So 11 hours ago, yeah, the live stream was at 2 p.m. Now it's like, what time is it now? It's about just after 8:30, so that's about 6 hours ago. So that's perfectly fine. So I do have the latest version, so I'm not gonna compile it. So this is the stable. This is the, in case you're wondering, it's stable-diffusion.cpp. Oh, let me put it here for people who didn't see this earlier today. So this is what we're running, stable-diffusion.cpp. This is a pure, you can see here, this is a pure, what is it here? It's a pure C++ implementation based on GGML, working the same way as llama.cpp. So it's going to be much faster. There's no UI. They have some UIs you can use, but I'm okay with the command line, especially when I'm doing stuff like images or video. So you see it's super lightweight without external dependency. One of the things I don't like about a lot of the others is that there's so much Python dependencies. They take gigabytes of space, right? And then all that stuff will need to be loaded, so it's going to slow down. And I said I want peak performance. So the image models, obviously the model where we reviewed earlier today is an SD in the 1 series, but you can see the SD2, Turbo, XD, XL, a whole bunch of stuff. You can image edit models like the Quen, the Flux, and the video models 1.2.1 and 1.2.2. Now, just to be aware that ever since I stopped, ROCm stopped working because of the upgrade, I've been struggling generating video. So I do have a solution for that. In tomorrow's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use DistroBox to install another version. I'm actually using the official ROCm one. I'll show you that tomorrow as well. And this photo maker, I've never tried this before, but I'd like to obviously see can LoRa support, latent consistency, and much more. It's supported backends. It's important. CPU, you guys saw the CPU earlier today. There's CUDA, Vulkan, that's what we're doing today in this tutorial. Metal for obviously Mac OS, OpenCL, and CL. Now, if you notice, there's nothing about AMD's ROCm. It actually does support. You have to compile it yourself. So as you can see here, you can also have the weights, PyTorch checkpoints, safetensors, and GGUF. I'm going to be using GGF because, especially when I'm using Vulkan, because these are more optimized. And obviously this platforms, Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and Android, that's the OpenCL there for Adreno GPUs. You can have negative prompt. There's a web UI as well. And I said the sampling methods. Now, sampling methods are not as the same as the Comfy UI for now, but ULA has been working fine for me. I've been trying some of the others for video. I haven't had any successes. I'm saying I might have to just in ROCm it was no problem, but in the Vulkan struggling to get that working. So you see there's releases, even binary releases. If you didn't check out earlier tutorial, if you go to releases here, you can see if you're on Windows, you're in pretty good shape. You see that? There's even a ROCm support, Vulkan, NoAVX, CUDA. You basically just get a binary. If you're on Mac, you have this Darwin one. If you're on Linux, get this Ubuntu. Just be aware it's not going to have ROCm support. ROCm support, you have to build it yourself. The source code is here. And I said there's instructions in today's tutorial. Even I did that just a few seconds ago. Even though it says Ubuntu, do not worry about that. It's actually it will work on any Linux distro. All right, so that's it, and you can see, you can read more about it. There's coordination. I've done tutorials on coordination. There's actually a dedicated, very long article. I explain all of that. So just be sure to check that out. Oh, I can actually feel warm. The temperature outside must be increasing. Okay, so there's also Python bindings. I said I'm not. The reason I didn't mention that is because I said I'm okay using the command line. But you can try the Python one. I think I tried to use it one time and I decided not to. So for performance, you can see to reduce VRAM. Let's actually go check this out. This might be good for you guys. And then there's a CLI doc. And then there's the build guide. So let's go check that out as well. So this is the building. Oh, they save memory. So they're saying you should use Flux or SD2. And then what else is here? Offload weights to the CPU to save VRAM. This is going to you just put offload to CPU. This one I don't recommend for video. Man, that makes the video take longer. So I would recommend just dropping the resolution instead. For images, yeah, sure. But I'm using Vulkan, so I don't need to do that. And then this, I don't know if this has been updated recently. Oh, it looks like it was updated. That's why I was confused, because I'm like, okay, so this was a little bit outdated before, like 2 days ago. So it looks like it was updated pretty recent, it's 12 hours ago. So that's great. So what that means is, yeah, this is pretty accurate as well. So you can see all the what do you call it? All the options. If you want to get the latest options when you compile yourself or you get the latest release, you can check those on as well. They might have some more details. And here is to build from scratch. So it shows you how to grab it. Make sure if you do this, you also do the sub, you do recursive, so that way to get the sub modules. Okay, and then you can build for CPU only. So for me, I would not do that. I'll make sure you get at least the open blast. That will make a big difference for your CPU. If you have CUDA, of course, it's simple here. And then if you have ROCm, if you want ROCm, it's the hip blast here. This is how you compile it. And if you have Musa, that's for the more threads GPU, and Meta obviously for Mac OS. Vulkan. So what I did was I did Vulkan and Open Blast, and you guys will see that shortly. And I said, remember I told you about OpenCL, that's for Adreno GPUs, that's for Android. And there's this one, what is this one? Makes the computation run on the Intel. Oh, that's Intel GPU. Sorry about that. Yeah, Intel GPU. That's the second time I've gotten that wrong. And as I said, yeah, already been here before. So, all right. Let's go back here. Now I want to show you. See here, I downloaded the latest version 3.4.7.7. Let's go back to releases. I think that's 3.4.7.7.10. So I downloaded that one. I just downloaded this. You see Ubuntu. I downloaded that one, and you see inside I said it works in any Linux. Obviously, you need to have a 64-bit. So it has two files. Both of these are licensed files. It's MIT license. By the way, I did a tutorial and article on the MIT license, which I think was my first one on the licenses. Yeah, so take it out. Both MIT licenses, and obviously there's this library, the libstable-diffusion.so, and then that's it. This is the file, the so file here. So we're gonna try this out again to generate an image and see how long it takes. I don't know if you detect. I don't know if there was I think there was an issues where the author he mentioned, or she mentioned, that they decided not to build with ROCm because of all the bugs, which I encountered myself. Obviously, non-support, that's the biggest problem. So this one might have Vulkan. I'm not sure. We'll check it out because I said the GPU is now working. I can see here the GPU. So let's CD into this folder. Let me clear this up. Let's CD into sd.master. Okay, so that's the folder, the Ubuntu one. You see it says Ubuntu, but Ubuntu doesn't matter because this is where we are. So I'm going to run just a simple. I'm just going to run the. I'm going to see if it generates. You'll be able to. It doesn't matter. If you notice, I haven't put on the fan. So let's check out if this one, which was pre-compiled, the binary, has the has Vulkan. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let's close that again. Okay. Okay, I don't see anywhere. It's not using. Oh, no, VRAM is 0. So this is running on the CPU. This is running purely on the CPU. Did it finish? Oh, it says illegal instruction. I don't know why it's saying that, so I'm guessing something's wrong with this. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So that's the one I downloaded. So that, as you can see, that one has an issue with it. So I might actually delete this. So yeah, that one has an issue with it, but they do work. I can probably get the one from today's. Yeah, this one does work. I don't know what's wrong with this one. So it looks like something is wrong with it. Maybe, I don't know if I should even bother flying. What do you call it? Submitting a bug, because there'll probably be a fix pretty soon. As you can see, the updates are pretty frequent. So yeah, so I'm not gonna bother with that one, because I said I did compile it. So let's go to the one I compiled. There's actually two I compiled. One is a little bit out of date, but I'll fix that tomorrow. So you see this one, it says SD-box. That one is inside distro box. That's how I was able to get ROCm working. So we'll test that one tomorrow in tomorrow's tutorial. So the other one is this one here, stable diffusion. So let's go to that one. So if we go inside this folder, this one here, you see the name is the same. So I have to cd into stable diffusion again, and then go to the build, and you can see this is the stuff I was testing. Here we go. So this one, if you guys remember earlier today, I did use Vulkan. So as I said, there's no need to run the GPU, but I'll prove to you that we're running the GPU. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up a little bit here and go back again, and basically I'm going to run this application here. This one application is called Cooler Control. It's an app image. As you can see, it's an app image, so I'm going to run that one. That's to control my the GPU fans. So remember, the GPU didn't come with any cooling. So what I did was I bought a fan shroud with a 40mm fan. It blows right through it. So and when I'm running AI stuff, the temperature goes way up really fast. So I don't think a fan profile, even an aggressive one, is going to work. So what I do is I just control it manually, because it's also because I'll most likely, if I need an image or something, I'll be close to the computer. So I don't mind doing this manually. Of course, there are ways I can. I said I have a script that can do that, but it's fine. I'm saying I'll be here and I can control it. So for example, for generating images, I don't need it, but I just want to show you proof that it's working. So what I do need is I need a web browser. Okay, a second here. I'm double checking on the chats. Okay, nothing so far. Okay, great. So go here, and it's usually 11. Yeah, it's localhost 11987, as you saw in the command line. So we should have the two GPUs here. Yeah, you see both. If you remember earlier today, I don't remember. So this is the integrated one. That's a lower temperature, so I don't need that one. I don't need the Intel Wi-Fi card as well. That one doesn't have cooling as well. So the fan, as you guys know, is the system fan 2. Here we go. So I'll just put this to 50. I won't even need it today. You guys will see later. I won't need it today. So I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, it's there. All right. So as I said, you guys remember I did compile this earlier today. Obviously, I installed Ninja. CMake, and whatever other stuff we needed. So it doesn't have ROCm. All right. So what I do is I'm going to run that command again, but this time in this one which we compiled earlier today. So let me clear this and pay attention to the temperature, which should be this guy here, this GPU. Pay attention to this. You should see Vulkan as well if it actually picks up Vulkan. What the? Where am I? Oh, I'm not in the build folder. Oops, that's my fault. Okay, so paste that. It's still not using any VRAM. What is that? Okay, looks like it's using the CPU again. I don't know why it's doing that. It should be using the GPU. It also didn't pick up. I might have to recompile it. Yeah, it's not using any VRAM. I can tell it's not using any VRAM, so I might have to why do I need... Huh, that's weird. Yeah, it's not using any VRAM at all. And you can see the temperatures for the CPU and the it's going up. So it's not using it might use the GPU after, but I doubt it, because all I see is everything's loaded onto the CPU. I'm wondering why it's doing that, why it's not using the GPU. Huh, that is weird. Oh, that is super weird. Did I actually... You know what? I just realized something. Did I actually... No. I'm going to recompile it. It's possible that maybe I didn't use Vulkan when I was compiling. That's taking way too long. So I might even stop it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop it, because I'm going to stop it. The temperatures are way too high. You know what? I'm gonna rebuild it, because the GPU is working now. Maybe it didn't find my GPU. I don't know why. So I'm gonna rebuild it. Okay, make sure this time I'm only building it with the GPU right now. If not, I'll show you guys how to compile it with the how to compile it with the OpenBLAS. I don't know why it's not picking up the GPU. So just throw that command there. You see it found the Vulkan. So it found, and it says including, it's including the CPU and x64 build. So the build is fine. And then okay. So I'm gonna run the build now. It found Vulkan, so there we go. That's weird. Oh, I must have used a different command. Oh, maybe I didn't build it with Vulkan. Yeah, it's possible I didn't build it with Vulkan. Up to date, okay. So when it does this, this means sometimes when it's fast, that means that, okay, I must have not built it with Vulkan. That probably makes sense. What in the world? What did I do? Oh, this is Vulkan only. I might change this to do Vulkan and OpenBLAS, because OpenBLAS will speed things up. I might, if this doesn't work, I will probably tweak it to do both. Okay, so I want to explain what I did here. If it shows up here, where is it? Yeah, right here. So you see Vulkan on, Vulkan fit. So all this, I did this for the pool size and all this. This is because I had a problem with the memory. As I was saying, it was only using 512 megabytes of RAM. So obviously that would destroy, it would run out of VRAM very, very quickly, even for this very simple video. So you see, this is the reason I said I am not sure. I might just go to GCC. You see the problem with the Clang and Clang++? You see there's a lot of warnings, a lot of stuff here. There's no errors because it did build, but yeah, I think I should just go back to I didn't have a problem with GCC, despite what everybody says. Yeah, so there's warnings. You can just ignore those warnings. So let me clear this and run that command again. Hopefully it picks up the Vulkan this time. It's still 0. That is weird. I might have to maybe do a video. I don't know why it's not picking up the... Okay, I'm going to stop this because it's going to take a while. Normally it says like I wonder if I have to do it with Vulkan. No, I don't know why it's not picking up. Let me try a video. Yeah, I don't know why it's not picking up. You see, it's just using RAM. It's just using RAM. It's not using any VRAM. So that I don't want that. I want it to obviously use the GPU. That's what the GPU is for, and it'll be much faster. So is it the okay, let me try a different let me see if I have something here where I used a different model. The G okay. I'm gonna try a video. It must, let me make sure it doesn't override one of these videos here. Test for... Okay, I'm gonna try a video. I'll probably stop it. I just want something to be working. This is more for tomorrow, but I just want to see. I want to see if Vulkan will actually come up. Zoom out a little bit so easy to see. Again, I don't see Vulkan anywhere here. System info. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, again, it's using the CPU. So I think, I don't know what's going on. I might have to do a preview of the... Yeah, it's not using any VRAM. It's all just using the CPU. Even right here, that's a lot of RAM. Yeah, no VRAM at all. So I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Do I need to have ROCm installed? Yeah, so this is going to take forever because if you notice, it hasn't even done. Yeah, I don't see Vulkan here at all. Yeah, so this is going to take super long time. I don't want that. If it's not using any VRAM, this is not good. It's not using any VRAM, so I'm going to stop this as well. Just Control C. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Grab a sip of water and try to figure out what's going on here. You know what? I'm going to change it up and I'm going to compile it. Maybe it's Clang. I'm going to recompile everything. This time I'm going to use GCC instead. Let's clear this. Okay, so I'm going to change this to G++. I'm going to change this to GCC. Okay, and then we're going to make a release. There will still be some warnings, but they won't be as bad as the other one. So let's see here. A lot of stuff is deprecated, so okay, so it finished. Went pretty quick as well. So let's clear that and see if it actually grab the, where was I? Okay, let's do a Vulkan test. I'm gonna put N here for night, the night stream, and see if it picks up anything. Still don't see. It's still not using any VRAM. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, it's still not using any VRAM. I don't know why it's being a pain now. So I'm gonna stop that. I said I don't feel like waiting here for. I don't know why it's not using any. Okay, I'm gonna recompile it, but this time I'm going to use. If it doesn't work, I'll try another version, maybe the one from 2 days ago. Something must have really, yeah, something must have really got messed up there. So let's compile it with OpenBLAS and where's OpenBLAS? Okay, I'm gonna compile it to OpenBLAS and Vulkan support. So to get let me clear this up. So basically you just type on Fedora just sudo dnf OpenBLAS development and Vulkan loader development and glslc and glslang. So I don't need to do that because they're already installed. Okay, so I'm gonna just shorten this up as well, and I'm gonna use Clang again. I think maybe this release is messed up. Okay, so that's done. Let's do another build here. Paste. Whoa, that was fast. Damn, that was fast. Wow, okay. That was super fast. So it finished, so I can basically run that command again. I don't see any VRAM. So I don't think, yeah, I don't see any VRAM. So it's not gonna, I mean, it will generate the image, but I mean, it's not using the GPU, so that doesn't interest me at all. However, it looks like I'll have to show you guys ROCm instead. I'm basically going to do tomorrow's tutorial a little bit early than I wanted, but I guess I think this version that was released today, I think it's buggy. I think that's a problem. I think it's buggy because clearly you guys saw I had the Vulkan and OpenBLAS and it's still not using it. Even the OpenBLAS, the CPU, it will tell you up here, you say something like OpenBLAS, but it's not finding it. So something is clearly, something is really wonky going on there. Because as you saw, the GPU has been released. So let me clear this. And let me get out of this folder. Twice or 3 times. So I gotta do it 3 times. Then when I go to the SD box, yeah, you see I have another stable diffusion there, and I'm gonna go to the build. As you can see, I did run some tests here. I don't know if all of them are with Vulkan, but so this version is older than I think that this version here is the one from 2 days ago or so. So this version is running something called DistroBox. That's what we're doing tomorrow. So I'm gonna give you guys a preview because unfortunately Vulkan disappointed me today. I don't know why it's not working, but there we go. All right, so what you do is you type DistroBox list, and as you can see here, it's this one here. It's called ROCm. I was gonna use Arch Linux. I thought it was Arch Linux, actually Ubuntu. So I got this one from. I'll explain this in tomorrow's tutorial. Docker.io is the official ROCm image, and I use the terminal because I said I'm okay with running terminal. What I noticed is if you get the full Ubuntu one, if you notice it says 5 gig, it's gonna take up over 50 gigs. So this one is pretty small. Of course, when you get the terminal one, you have to install a whole bunch of stuff, but still, it's still much smaller than the so I'm saying, even with this guy, I think it came out to maybe 10 gigs with everything total, as opposed to like over 50 gigs if you get the full version. So in this one, I also installed llama.cpp. Oh, I can try llama. Let me check on this one first, then I'll show you guys llama. This is just a quick, so just type DistroBox, you type enter. There's only one, so just you see welcome Arch, give it a few seconds and it's entered. So obviously it started the contain as well, and we're inside. Now if I type ROCm info, and you can see it should have the GPU. You see the GPUs here, GFX 906. So that's our GPU, and there's also the integrated one. The integrated one is 99 something, 90C, whatever that is. So, and then one of the good things, if you type ROCm space, ROCm-SMI, you can see it has both of them here. You can tell which one is which because the first one, let me zoom out just a little bit. There we go. So the first one uses 250 watts. That's clearly the dedicated GPU. The other one is unsupported. That's fine. I don't care about that one. And you can see, so this is a dedicated GPU. See, the temperature is also 42, which applies here. See the 42 degrees. The integrated one, in case you're wondering, that one's at 37 degrees, and that's the 37 right there. So this one, so I can run the same commands here as well. So I said we're gonna test this one tomorrow. So I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna go to AI here and SD box. So I already compiled this, and I said you can see the videos didn't work. So I don't know why the videos didn't work, but the images did work, and they're pretty fast. So am I in the build? Yeah, I'm in the build folder. So I'm gonna run that same command you guys saw. I think it's called Vulkan test. What's this? Vulkan test. So I'll rename it. Don't worry, I'll rename it. So if I go, I'm gonna use the FP16. So if I run this, you should see it should use the you should use that one. So that should be PNG, and I'm gonna call it box. You see it says CUDA stuff there, and yeah, you see this one is using VRAM. You see the VRAM, and you should see ROCm stuff as well. Oh, I keep on forgetting it's 20. I should actually change that. You see it says GFX 906. So this is inside DistroBox. This is what we're doing tomorrow. I should actually change this sample size. I mean the number of steps. You see it uses VRAM. No RAM, it's just using pure VRAM, and the temperature here is going to go up a little bit. I'm not going to even start this guy because it should be pretty fast when it jumps to the once it jumps to the VRAM. It will probably go up to 50 or something, but it will be fast enough. Why is it so? Is it because that's weird? Wow, I don't know if is it OBS or you know. Let me check the CPUs. What is ooh? I think I noticed some. There was a little. Let's see what's going on here. So it doesn't. Yeah. So this is good. You see, it's not using any swap. A little bit of memory. The CPUs are fine. It's just the loading there is a little bit slow. I guess it's not too optimized because it's using Ubuntu 20.04. That is like over 5 years old. Yeah. I'll leave this down here just in case anybody wants to see it. That's actually pretty slow. You can speed some things up. Oh, I didn't talk, but you can speed some things up. I'll show you guys. So you see it generated a Vulkan test and it used the GPU here. So where is it here? Oh, that didn't come out well. Oh, that came out black. That is weird. Yeah, so this is Vulkan. ROCm is sometimes a little bit wonky. So you can obviously make a few changes to get it working. Sometimes you have to make a few changes to make it start working. So for example, I can change the number of seeds. So for example, this is, yeah, seeds make it random. And then the steps, I'm going to change that to say 8. So this should be a little faster, way faster. And you can see here it says AMD GPU. So some of the point, how are you doing it? You hear about Microsoft creating a toolkit to make an AMD run CUDA. I don't know when we see it. There's already one, it's called Zuluda, and I think they had some AMD help, but they had to remove that code. That was actually pretty nice as well. But I think for that one I did check it out. I think yesterday I was getting desperate. I wasn't able to. So I did generate images. I don't know what's, like I said, this thing is so weird. I probably need to do a reboot. I don't know if this image will come this time. It's going to be black. Yeah, it's going to be black as well. So there we go. I might need to put more steps, but it does work. As you can see, you know what? I should actually try a video. Maybe the video will work this time. Just a second. Yeah, sometimes this is a little bit wonky as well. So I'm wondering what's wrong with Vulkan. I'm not going to upgrade this version until this one is working. I don't want to mess anything up. So let me try. This guy here. Copy. Oh, I'm actually going to do a bigger image. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm going to do a bigger image. Let's see how long that will take. I'll paste that there. Oh, I'm using a different one. This is the Vlad one. That one is, you see, it found the ROCm as well. This is a better, what do you call it? A better quality model. So that one I think actually does use, how did I come here? But I'm just interested in this temperature here. You can see the VRAM. So VRAM, etc. there. Maybe I'm just impatient. I don't know. Maybe I'm just impatient. I think, okay, I don't see this guy going up. I guess it has to load up. I guess I'm just impatient. You know, I just realized something. The CPU seemed to be fine. That can be right. OBS is slowing things down, or is it FFmpeg? I'm not sure. Something must be slowing it down. It's usually zips along much faster. So this number is a little bit concerning because it should really be much less than that. How long it takes to go to iteration, but yeah. So of course, just my luck, just like the rest of this week has been. Man, things just don't work the way I planned. But it does produce. Let me get this out of the way. It does produce some pretty good images, as you can see. This one here, Oh, this one here as well. I produced this one here. Can you see this cut was produced? This is a pretty good stuff by the AI. Yeah, I was really impressed with this one. Really nice. I think this is the same. This one here that's running. This is the one that produced it, I believe. Really nice. So let's see the resolution of this guy. Yeah, that's a 1280 by 704. I picked this up because I remember ComfyUI had this. That's why I used that. And hopefully it creates another good image as well. So I promised to try video. All right, after this is done, hopefully this actually comes out. I want to try video because sometimes something wonky and the video might be working. So yeah. I don't know why on the system, I don't know if it has to install ROCm. That is so weird. As you can see, the temperature hasn't moved at all, so it might also be because it's cold in here. It's just using the CPU to load this stuff as well. So if you want to see what I used, where did I go up here? Is this it? Oh, that's the old one. Oh, that's the old one as well. Oh, this one here. Yeah. So I said a lovely cat sitting down. The width is 1280, height is 704, and the output is Vulkan. If you don't put this, it will automatically just append something for you. Yeah. So this is a better. I said what I noticed. I grabbed this one actually from SD Next. This was one that came with SD Next. I obviously used it and I've kept it since. And as you can see, obviously if you have CUDA, you use CUDA. It found one ROCm device. Remember, this is inside the distro box. It's not on my system. I don't have ROCm installed in the system. It found the GPU. What else did it find here? It loaded the model, the safetensors, and all this stuff here. So be careful when you. So one of the reasons it's slow as well is because of this right here. See, it says F16. Obviously, it will let you know if it's able to handle it. So for example, this GPU can handle F32, F16, and Q8 efficiently. Obviously, F16 and F32 are going to use more resources, VRAM, if you know what I mean. Q8 will be much faster. It's a good medium as well. So that's more quantized. It uses less of these resources, especially when you're doing stuff like Vulkan. All right, so I wonder if, I just realized something. I'm wondering if that was messed up because the reason is because of this container. Maybe I'll close down this container when this finishes and try to see. Oh, that is taking forever. Is it stuck? See, that's one of the things when you have, yeah, there's no, I don't know what's, okay, it's moving, so I did say move, but it's really slow. I don't know why it's that slow, because as you can see here, is it memory? There's a lot of memory. There's like 10-ish gig of memory, and the CPUs are not being, they're not being too harsh there, so I don't know what's going on. Possibly, but I'm saying is when I tested this without OBS, it was super fast. It didn't take this long. Given this, it would take, I'm not joking, it took like 20 seconds. I don't know why it's slow all of a sudden right now. That is so weird. It took like 20 seconds. That's why you see, that's why I didn't optimize it or anything at all, because this is exactly what I did, and it was taking 20 seconds. Now it's taking forever. Of course, it wants to embarrass me. Yeah, of course, it's taking forever now, and and the Vulkan doesn't work, which clearly worked as well. So I have no idea why it's doing that. But at least we did get ROCm working inside the distro box. I still don't understand why it's using swap here. That doesn't make any sense. Nothing I've done so far needs to use swap. Unless... No, that doesn't make any sense. None of these models are even that big to go into swap. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, this is... Wow, this is taking way too long. I'm gonna have a sip of water. You know what? I'll take this opportunity to look at all the live chats as well. Thanks again, Point. SDXL used to take me 5 to 8 seconds. Yeah, these guys literally take like, I'm not joking, they take like 2 seconds. And I don't know why they're taking, I don't know why it's taking so forever now. I'm even talking like on the CPU, it'll take maybe like 10 seconds. Now I'm using the GPU, they're taking their sweet time. Could also probably be because this is a more high resolution, but I'm saying is I ran this yesterday and it didn't take this long. You see, okay, it finally created one and it's probably going to be a black image. Yeah, it's a black image. So I think something is wrong. I don't know what it is. It's probably something got messed up, but anywho, I'm going to stop. So when you're finished, you just exit out of the distro box. Hopefully that won't be the problem in tomorrow's tutorial. And if you notice something interesting, you're supposed to type distro box stop and then the name rock whatever the says. Are you sure I want to stop? Yes, I want to stop it. Okay. Now here's the interesting thing about this. If I type podman ps-a, you see this guy is still up here. It just exited. So I do not know what I should do here. Should I just leave it exited? I'm going to actually, you can, so it's just exit, so you're supposed to leave it like that, which is, I don't mind doing that. Here's a weird thing again, look at this. The swap actually went up a little bit, even though it loses the memory. I don't understand why that's doing it. I'll probably investigate and see what's going on there. Alright, I'm not giving up just yet. So let me go and try the, I'll try the binary first. Back here. I'm going to try this binary, the Ubuntu one. I think I have to get out of it again. Where am I? Yeah, I have to get one more. Let's go to, I think it's SD master. Yeah, SD master. There we go. I'm gonna go back to here and I'm going to run, oh yeah, this is the one that didn't run. So I'm gonna try a different model. I'm gonna try the same model, but I'm gonna change it to a very tiny one so it should be faster. So I'm gonna change the width here to say 128 by 128. That's a multiple of 64. Oops. Home. Oh, I forgot. Let me stop that. I forgot. Oops. Why is it not stopping? Come on. It's not releasing it. Pain in the butt. Okay, so I'll just do here. One 128, and I'm going to add the number of steps. I'll change that to say 8. I just want to go fast, that's why. And this guy, did it finally released, about time. It still says illegal action, that's weird. No, yeah, you see, it's still using just the CPU. It's just using the CPU as well. Even this one was fast, just using the CPU. It says no VA specify VA source, whatever, so using convert, but that doesn't matter. Wow, this is a major fail. Okay, that is a major fail. Alright, so that's a major fail. I'm just going to stop this. This is a major fail. Wow, that's a major fail. Come on, Control C. Okay, I'll just close this. I'm impatient. Let's close that one. All right. So it does work. I don't know why it's being a pain in the butt. Of course, you want to embarrass me. Now, there's something else as well. That's llama.cpp. I think that one is actually messed up as well. So let's go check that one out. That will be in this one here. And tutorials, generative AI. Which one was, I think it's this one here, llama. Yeah, so this one, I did install it. I don't know if it still works. So we can run something like the list pi one. We can run this list stuff. So let's see if that one does work. Oh, I can. It's fine. I think I can just grab here, copy that, open up here, and just cd. Oops. Okay, and I'll just clean this up. Got more space to type stuff. Okay, so zoom in here. Just type python list.py. There are no llama classes not available. Okay, so oh yeah, shoot, my bad. This was inside the distro box as well. So this was all inside the distro box. So I think I'll run that tomorrow. I can't run it now because I don't have the ROCm working at all. So none of this are going to work because they do need ROCm. So one of the problems, as I said, for example, if I type, just to prove to you that I don't have ROCm installed on my system, if I type ROCm info, you see it hasn't been found. Obviously I don't want to install it. It doesn't make sense for me to install it. Oops. No. It doesn't make sense for me to install it because it's not going to work. And I'm curious, if I type dnf install blender, let's see what it's going to do here. Oh, I guess I need sudo. I wonder if it's going to detect the GPU. Okay, it's already installed. When it was detecting the GPU, every time I tried to install Blender, it would also try to pull in all the ROCm stuff because it detected the GPU. I do not know why. That is a pain in the butt. So, anywho, why is it still using 8 gigs of RAM? That doesn't make any sense. Is something cached somewhere? No, this guy is closed off. I don't understand what's taking 8 gigs of RAM. Oh, everything is closed off. I know it's not this guy. That is super weird. I don't know. The system is really, really messed up. Oh, let's go to top. It will show me I forgot about this. Yeah. So let's go to processes. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's taking up 8 gigs of RAM. So we have isolated web. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing. Why is Python running here? Oh, that's probably the cooler control. Firefox. So I don't see anything. Chromium here. LibreOffice, Toner, Nautilus. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I was actually doing some web stuff earlier. I was actually working, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. Oh, it looks like it's Apache. I was running some stuff. What is BRAP? OBS? Why is OBS running all of these? Oh, well, that's not OBS. I guess they're different things. Okay. And can I search here for Podman? What's Podman doing? Oh no, it's DistroWatch. Distro. Nope. Okay. Wow. Oh, it doesn't make any sense. There's so much. Why is it like I already stopped? Why are all these pools open? That is. Wait, just a second, guys. I am super confused. GNOME shell, OBS, okay, isolated web, Chrome browser, FFmpeg, ROD, K-workers. Alright, everything seems to be normal here. Alright, so what I can conclude is I guess something I must have been doing earlier today is using up a whole bunch of resources, and most likely I will laugh my head off if tomorrow morning everything just works. So I guess because I said the Apache server, there's some stuff that's been cached. This makes sense here, but still, oh yeah, as you guys saw, there's a bunch of buggy stuff too as well. That's one of the problems. That's one of the reasons why before I upgrade to Fedora 43, when a new version of Fedora comes, I usually wait about a month before I upgrade. And I'm getting really frustrated now, so I might actually downgrade to Fedora 42 because I can use ROCm again. I might do that. You know, that would actually be a fun tutorial, how to downgrade. Yeah, I might downgrade. Or I might go to a different distro which still supports the ROCm. For example, I might go back to Debian. I do like Fedora, but I could also compile it. But man, it's a huge undertaking, and I didn't see any instructions on how to downgrade. And obviously, there's a slight performance. So you know what? I won't make my decision yet. But I think. If I'm not happy with the performance, for example, if I can't get Vulkan working again, I wonder if Vulkan needs. That doesn't make any sense. Do I need ROCm first? If I need ROCm to get, no, I should not need it. But that is so weird. That is so weird. Anyways, it's all buggy stuff. So yeah. I will leave everything as is. Hopefully it resolves itself by tomorrow in the afternoon. Alright, so I won't waste too much of your time, guys. Let's finish this up. So let's do a quick review. As you saw, I resolved the issue with the GPU being hidden because of the pass-through. So let me quit this. It's a little bit annoying me here. And where was I here? Man, so many stuff going on. So I wasn't able to get this running at all, but I was able to produce stuff as you guys saw, and I showed you this earlier. So let me close this. I'm gonna take this off screen.